A little closer to home now, students at Jack Kemp School were treated to a meal today as part of an education program called Meals from the Farm. Stacey Comer has the details.
I'm joined today right straight from the tractor by Clinton Monchuk in the Lanigan area. Clinton is with Farm and Food Care Saskatchewan, and we're talking about a really exciting program coming up here, not only for Saskatchewan, but specifically for one of the schools in Lloydminster. So first of all, thank you for joining me, Clinton.
You bet. Thanks for having me, Stacey.
Well, let's talk about this program that the kids get to take part in. It'll be Jack Kemp here in Lloydminster, and it's part of a Farm and Food Care Saskatchewan. So tell me, what will the kids at Jack Kemp and other schools in Saskatchewan experience through this program?
Sure. So the program's called Meals from the Farm, and what we're trying to do with the Meals from the Farm program is bring a little bit more of that education of how farmers and ranchers are growing food in this province right into the schools. And there's no better way to do that than offering lunch for all the kids and the staff members at these schools. So you're right. Jack Kemp School is the school that we're partnering with in Lloydminster. So all the kids there will end up receiving a breakfast sandwich, an egg, cheese, and bacon sandwich from Tim Hortons, as well as a white milk. And then within the packages that we're going to give them, we'll have other snacks like granola bars made from Saskatchewan oats. We'll have beef jerky from Saskatchewan beef farms. All these ingredients that they will actually be able to eat and be a part of. We're going to really get into explaining how that food is being produced on farms and ranches here in Saskatchewan. And that's kind of the engagement that we're trying to do with the kids. We're doing this in partnership with agriculture in the classroom as well. So trying to make sure that there's a real learning experience for all the kids here in Saskatchewan, the 6 schools that we're partnering with.
So through this program, do the students then see somebody, is it virtually on screen that explains everything, or does somebody actually go into the school, or how does that work?
So it's going to be both. So we're going to have one of our team members, Dorothy Long, is going to be in the school at Jack Kemp, and she's from the Lloydminster area. I will be giving a virtual tour to everyone. So anybody who's listening to this program can actually take part in it as well. It's going to be 9:30 on the morning of Thursday. But you know, it's an opportunity for these kids to actually see the inside of my egg barn, where that egg came from in their sandwich, and ask me questions about it. I really believe not a lot of people have seen the inside of an actual modern egg barn, and we'll show some videos of that, and I'll answer any questions that the kids or teachers or anybody listening on has, because we're finding more and more that we need to be interactive and make sure farmers and ranchers are talking to those who want to have answers to questions. So given the opportunity, I think there will be a lot of questions, and hopefully we can have fun doing it as well.
Do you find that the students are kind of surprised when they realize how much of their food actually comes from Saskatchewan, and really where their food actually comes from? Because as you said, if you've grown up in the city, you might not have an access to somebody out on the farm to see some of this. So are a lot of the times, do the students really have kind of a surprised reaction?
They really do, and again, it's trying to make that link between when they drive by some of these vast fields or the cattle grazing on some of these ranches, trying to make sure that they understand, well, that wheat that's grown there, or the flax or canola that's grown in these fields actually makes their way to my table, and it's almost a little bit of an aha moment that at any day of the week, after watching this video, you may be eating one of the eggs that came from our farm in Lanigan, Saskatchewan. And a lot of those realizations and opportunities for them to kind of acknowledge that and make sure that they understand that, it's beneficial for everybody, the kids and the agriculture industry.
When it comes to your side of things, Clinton, and getting people involved from farms in the province, is there some sort of a network where people get involved? Is that what the Farm and Food Care Saskatchewan is in essence, or how does a program like this all come together?
It's a lot of planning, and I have a lot of great people I work with. But really, what Farm and Food Care is trying to do is do some of these things. And we realize not every farmer can do this, but we want to make sure that farmers can take the opportunity. So this is one event, but there's many other events. There's reading to kids in school and telling them about your own farm and showing videos and stuff like that. There's lots of opportunities that we can do as individual farmers and ranchers, and hopefully this kind of spearheads some of those individuals to take part in doing some of those with their own local communities. But yeah, we definitely encourage that, and definitely have some different support mechanisms through Farm and Food Care Saskatchewan to help you out.
Well, if anybody would like more information on the Meals from the Farm program, or, just on the group in general and getting involved, what's the best way to maybe, go to get that information from one place?
So one place to get it is our website, farmfoodcaresk.org. You can just go under our events and programs, look at Meals from the Farm. If you're interested in some of our resources, we do have online courses you can take as well, just to make sure you're more confident about talking to people if you're a farmer or a rancher. And really all our information and programming is on that website.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sure the kids here are going to be super excited to learn and be a part of this program. So thanks again. And I'm sure we'll be chatting with you soon about more exciting things that you guys are doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for having me, Stacy.
A new creative and colorful way to help support the efforts of Ukraine is now right here in the border city. Our Shelby Clark spoke with Home Hardware Lloydminster on their new display and how residents can donate.
Joining us today for Primetime Local News is Shelley Yacy and Laura Witch with Home Hardware. We are speaking on a new, colorful, and creative way that Home Hardware has found to help support Ukraine. So thank you both so much for joining us today.
Hi, thank you.
Now, starting off, of course, can you both tell us about this new Home Hardware's initiative to help support Ukraine efforts?
So we have purchased a giant Ukrainian Easter egg. It is on display now in our store, and it started out as an art exhibit in a couple malls in Calgary and Edmonton. That was on display, and they were being painted there through April and May. The eggs were then auctioned off and donations were collected. They were donated to the Ukrainian Canadian Social Services Fund, and they offer services to both Canadians and Ukrainians overseas. And they played a huge role in the efforts currently underway to bring relief to both the refugees and people coming to Canada. And over $100,000 was raised through these eggs and donations made there. And that's going to the people who really need it most, and funding some great programs right now.
Okay, and from seeing this in Calgary and in Kingsway and Edmonton there, is this what really inspired this idea to be able to put up this egg on display for residents to come and see?
It was just a really beautiful egg. The owners were really taken with it, and Shelley can speak a little bit more to the significance of the eggs.
Ukrainian Easter egg, or this egg that we have here, is called a pisanka. It is a decorated traditionally with using a beeswax, wax-resistant method. The word comes from pisati, which means to write. So designs generally are not painted on an egg. They are written with the beeswax method using a tool called a kista. This egg is a 40 triangle egg, which represents the 40 days of Lent, the 40 martyrs, and the 40 birds. And all the triangles together represent the Holy Spirit. Ukrainians are very traditional, and everything that they do has a meaning. White on the egg is representing purity, light, and birth. Yellow represents the sun, the stars, the moon, warmth, youth, and harvest, which is the wheat. The red is happiness, hope, and the passion. Blue is the sky, air, and good health. And black is the darkest time before dawn, and usually is a respect for the dead. There's many different symbols that can be used on Pesanka as well. There's wheat, which is a very popular symbol, means good harvest. Animals, deer, horses, rams mean wealth and prosperity. Fish represents Jesus. Lines going around the whole egg is eternity. There's so many reasons, and every egg is full of symbolism within. Traditionally, they're written on raw chicken eggs that don't have the interior drained. Lately, a lot of people have been writing them after they drain the eggs, and they've figured out how to do that. There's been so much advance to writing a Ukrainian Easter egg over the years compared to what they did when I first started learning just a couple years ago when I was about 10. So generally, eggs are written during the Lenten season to prepare for Easter. It brings cleansing to the soul, body, and your whole mind.
Well, the egg sounds very beautiful. Hopefully everybody will come down and be able to come see this. And when will the egg be going on display for people to come and see?
So the egg is on display now. We have been accepting donations at the tills, and we continue to do so. So anyone can come in and make a donation through our tills, and that goes to the Ukrainian relief efforts as well.
Perfect. Is there a certain time limit that this egg will be up on display, or is there sort of a deadline for people to come and check it out, or can they come anytime?
The donations are ongoing right now. We've been doing it for a couple months already. And the egg is ours. It stays with the store. So it is on display now. People can come down and check it out. And we look forward to lots of great events with it.
Mhm.
And with accepting donations for a few months now, have you been seeing that strong support from residents here in the border city?
The egg just went up yesterday, actually. So we have been collecting donations, and Lloydminster is a great town for that. There's so much community support, and it's amazing to have people donating through the tills, and all that money is going to relief efforts for the Ukraine. I know there's a huge Ukrainian population here in town, so the support's been amazing, and we're so pleased to have this egg on display as a way to give back to the community as well.
Oh, that's not really shocking to hear. Residents here really know how to come together and help support when the time is needed. So that's great to hear for you guys. Is there anything more you want to add on what's happening with Home Hardware that's coming up?
We actually have Jesse Moffat coming this Saturday. So he is going to be performing from 11 until 2. So it would be a great weekend to come check out the egg, hear some local music, support the relief efforts through the tills, and our garden center continues to be open and packed full.
Well, I think this is a beautiful idea to be able to put this egg up on display, and hopefully people will watch this and come down and be able to help support and check it out. So I'm really glad I was able to get you both on here and help describe about this egg and the symbolism and everything with it. So once again, thank you both so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Welcome back. The Northminster 4-H Beef Club is having their Achievement Day this Friday, as well as clubs from the surrounding region will meet up for a regional show also at the Lloydminster exhibition, where 4-Hers will show off and sell their projects. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Today we have Izzy Pratt from the Northminster 4-H Beef Club, and she is here today to talk about their upcoming Achievement Day show and sale. And so thank you so much for being with us today, Izzy.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, tell me about kind of what you guys had to do with 4-H this year. Of course, there were some struggles early on with the potential of COVID, and kind of what you guys have had to do in order to train your steer, the feeding of the steer, and all that work that goes in before Achievement Day.
Well, as a club, we have to do a lot of fundraising and stuff to put on our Achievement Day. But due to the steers part, just feeding them every day and getting them ready for show day.
For those who are unaware, what exactly happens at Achievement Day? What events take place, and kind of what's the ultimate goal of Achievement Day for all you 4-H members?
Achievement Day, so it's just our club will be showing. And so all our members this year all have market steers. And then we have, I think, 14 heifer projects. So at our Achievement Day, we'll be doing showmanship and then just our classes for the steers and heifers.
Obviously, the last few years, it's been very difficult to have a typical 4-H show. So how good does it feel to finally be able to be back and have a traditional achievement show?
Pretty exciting for sure. It's happy to be back too and everything back to normal.
And when is your guys' sale going to be? And tell some of our viewers just a little bit more about what people will get out of buying your 4-H steer, and other people of your club, what their 4-H steers give to the common public that's a little bit better than what they can get at the supermarket.
So on Monday of the expo, we'll all be selling our steers after we show them that day. And just buying the 4-H steer is also supporting 4-H in our club. And then, yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview, Izzy, and we wish you all the best upcoming on Friday, Monday, and Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Here is your agriculture prices for today. With temperatures getting warmer, summer fun camps is nearing here in Lloydminster. Our Adil Ahmed has more.
Well, with summer fun camps going to kick off on July the 4th, I'm here to speak with Sandra Brown, who is the recreation programmer here at the Service Sports Center. Sandra, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with me a little bit about that today.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So summer fun camps is obviously going to be kicking off next month. Can you just tell me a little about just what some of those camps are and how did that idea come about?
The city of Lloydminster has been running the summer fun camps for a number of years now. Originally, each facility ran their own camps, but now we've kind of collaborated and we're running 2 weeks of summer camps at the Service Sports Center, and the remaining 5 weeks will be out of the Bud Miller All Seasons Park. And there's different themes. Each week is themed. So we have Ultimate Survivor, Spy Kids, Science, Slimy Splish and Splash, Movie Mania, Under the Sea, and of course, our Outrageous camps.
So you mentioned about the first 2 weeks starting off at the Service Sports Center. Is there a reason why it's starting out there first and then Bud Miller afterwards?
Traditionally, we've started them at the Service Sports Center. It just gives the kids, probably a better opportunity to get to know the activity leaders and the staff that are involved with the camps, just because it's, I guess a smaller area to have the kids in. And then when we take them out at Bud Miller, they are familiar with the leaders and it's just easier to keep an eye on them. We want to make sure that everybody is kept safe.
So is there an age limit as to who can join these camps specifically?
Yes, we've actually divided it up into 3 age groups. So we have the 5 and 6-year-olds, the 7 and 8, and then the 9 to 11-year-olds.
So out of all the activities and events that are part of the summer fun camps this year, is there one specifically that is new, or one or even a few that are new from this year?
Movie Mania is a new one. And all the rest, I guess Ultimate Survivor is a new one. And we offer different activities. So if the kids have been in last year's camps, for example, and it's the same theme, it's all new activities.
So from my understanding, kids can register for these summer fun camps, but they can also drop in as well. How does that process work exactly?
How it works, right now we have our weekly registrations are open. They actually opened March 1st. And if the camps are not full the Thursday before the camp start date, then we do open up daily drop-in spots. For example, if camp is at 14 children and we are able to take 16 children, then we would open up 2 spots the Thursday before.
So in regards to the summer fun camps, what was the purpose behind having these camps specifically around these age groups specifically?
These are the most popular age groups for the summer fun camps. We've tried to go a little bit younger in the past or a little bit older, but these age groups seem to work the best. And we actually do organized play and free play as well. And these age groups definitely work the best for that.
So out of all the listings that you kind of mentioned, there's Spy Kids, Ultimate Survivor. Is there one that kids enjoy the most? ones that you've heard specifically that kids really like going to a lot?
Definitely anything that has the word spy in it is a very favorite camp. Whether it's a Mission Impossible, Secret Agent, or Spy Kids, as we're calling it this summer. That's one of the most popular. And also the Artrageous camp is very popular. It's totally focused on art, and actually in each camp we do different art projects, science projects, depending on the theme, of course. And there's always a takeaway at the end of each day for the kids to take home.
Lastly, for kids out there that want to join the summer fun camps that haven't done in years past, what are some ways that they can register or even drop into the summer fun camps this year?
We have several options for registration. You can actually register online at lloydminster.ca/summer camps, or you can phone one of the facilities, for example, the Service Sports Center, the BioClean Aquatic Center, or even the new Lloydminster Museum and Archives. And the staff, any of these facilities can help register.
Awesome. Well, Sandra, thank you so much for sharing some insight into the summer fun camps this year and just sharing on how ways where kids can be involved in this stuff. It's really an exciting time this year. And again, just thank you for taking time out of your day to chat with me about it.
Oh, well, thank you. We were looking forward to summer fun.
And now we're going to go back to Shelby Clark with another look at your weather.
Thank you so much, Ms. Abby St. John. Now taking another look at your weather forecast, we will be checking out the central zone of our provinces here. And on the Alberta side, we have warmed up like we have across the region. We are seeing some warmer temperatures reaching that 22-degree point now. So we are seeing some nicer temperatures than what we have been seeing earlier on in the week. Edmonton has reached that 22 point, while most spots are just seeing 21 degrees, 20 in Whitecourt and Jasper, and Red Deer and Rocky Mountain House are real close. They're seeing 19. Switching now to our Saskatchewan side, they are seeing the same temperatures as what we are seeing on the Alberta side. So overall, all seeing some nice warmer temperatures. Most spots just reaching the 20 point, and Melfort is matching with us in the border city, seeing 19. Now switching over to our northern zone to check them out. They have warmed up than what they were seeing yesterday for sure. Continuing that warm streak with most spots seeing those double digits. Most spots on this side are seeing just 16 degrees, 14 in Stony Rapids, while the 17 down on La Ronge, 11 over in South End, and Flin Flon and Walston Lake are slightly cooler, still at those single digits with 6 and 7. Switching now back to our Alberta side, they are seeing some nice warmer temperatures. Fort Chipewyan is kind of matching with the Saskatchewan side at that 16 point. The rest have warmed up quite a bit. Fort McMurray's just at 19, while there's 20 down in Slave Lake. Peace River and Grand Prairie both at 22, so they definitely have warmed up from what they have been seeing earlier on in the week, and high level has reached 23. So northern zone's looking quite warm. And now as we go over to our southern zone to kind of compare, they are kind of matching with us as well, seeing those 20 points, 20 in Calgary and Coronation, while Lethbridge is at 21, 22 in Medicine Hat, and Banff is slightly cooler compared to the rest at 17 degrees. Switching now back to our side over here, most spots are just reaching 20, 21 up in Kindersley, while Moose Jaw is the warmest there at 22, and Yorkton is seeing slightly cooler conditions. But now going back across the region to seeing what we will expect throughout our evening and throughout the night, I think we'll be pretty happy overall with the temperatures that we will be expecting across the region. We are still going to be seeing those plus temperatures, so can't complain. We definitely are used to those very low minus marks, so at least we are seeing those plus temps, but we haven't quite reached those double digits just yet. Unity will be expected to see of just the low of that 1 mark. Most spots will be expected to see of low of 4 and 5 degrees throughout the evening and throughout the night tonight. And Bonnyville and Isla Cross will be seeing a low of 6 and 7, but we will be still seeing some nicer conditions throughout the evening. So I'd say still get out there and enjoy it and have some nice outdoor activities planned throughout today and throughout the evening. And now ending off with our 3-day forecast for here in the border city. We will be seeing a beautiful day again, once again tomorrow at 21. So get ready because we are seeing those 20 marks for our weekend. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to see a lot more sun tomorrow as well, peeking behind those clouds. Then Saturday, just in time for the middle of the weekend there, we will be reaching that 20 mark once again with a mixture of some sun and cloud. And Sunday, we will be ending off on that warm note as well. And as we head into next week, as I will show later on, we will be seeing those warm temperatures continue on. So get ready because Border City is finally seeing that summer season slowly moving in. That's all I got for now. Our Abby St. John will have more news coming up after the break.
Well, the 20th annual Lloydminster Region Health Foundation Gala is taking place this weekend, and I'm joined today by Stephanie Monroe, the CEO of the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation. Stephanie, how exciting is it that this gala is coming back, and how are things going in the run-up to it this weekend?
Going really good. I'll knock on wood just to make sure that that's how it stays, but it's going super well. I'm super excited. I've been watching a few of the little promo videos that are being sent to me, and I'm just like, some of them are bringing tears to my eyes. I am just so excited and honored to be part of the 20th annual Health Foundation Gala, and just to our donors and to our community that has supported us to be able to, the longevity and the reputability of our organization to have been around for this long. And just, I think everyone's so excited to be able to gather again, to be able to get together, and just that the funds stay right here in our community, right, is the most important thing. The funds stay here to help the residents of our region to be able to support and enhance innovative healthcare, and provide services that they otherwise wouldn't, right? So the foundation over the course of so many years has been able to support so many innovative endeavors, where our CT scanner, before we had that, people had to leave the community. Before we had the helipad, people would have to get airlifted on a fixed wing, right? There's so many things that the foundation has been able to be a part of only because of the generous support of our donors. But yeah, we're definitely excited. The theme is very wonderful this year. We have some exciting new little things. We have an outdoor tent, which is super exciting for a little bit of a garden gathering. And we've really tried to engage some of the community as well. So we have Fourth Meridian, who is a community obviously partner. So we have their beer on site, and, just trying to involve as many. It's about our foundation, and it's about enhancing healthcare, but it's about community. For everyone here at the foundation, I think it's so important to know that, it's about supporting our community and making our community strong and making our community healthy and collaborating together, not working in silos, and just really just promoting togetherness. So yeah, I'm super excited for it. Things are going well, and we changed our Worthament this year to Flowers for a Cause to go with our garden theme. So yeah, very exciting. And I think everybody that comes in that night is really going to be wowed by the beauty of that room. Is just going to be transformed into a magical secret garden. So very exciting.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And I was just wondering, is the funds from this, are they going to the foundation in general, or is there a specific project that they're going towards?
So they are going to our Greatest Needs Fund. And one of those projects in particular is a C6 ventilator. So that is an enhanced ventilator. There is already one for the neonates at the hospital. However, we deliver over 1,000 babies a year. The hospital delivers over 1,000 babies per year. And, statistics will show that over 10% of those babies will be needing some assistance with breathing after birth. So at times there may be the need for having 2 ventilators in place at one time. So having an enhanced C6 ventilator, it has a longer battery life. So that right away, it also will not only help neonates, but also people in the special care unit and adults alike, as well as other pediatric patients. So if a patient is needing to be transferred down to CT, but they're on a ventilator, the old ventilator's battery life isn't nearly as long as this new enhanced ventilator. So they can be transported to other areas of the hospital to provide services, because this battery is has a longer battery life. So, and that's just one of the items, as well as some isolates and with the belly lights built into them. There's so many things we just want to replenish that greatest need, so that we know with COVID, obviously over the course of the last few years, that there was unexpected things that needed to be, we didn't have time to build out a campaign. We didn't have time to go and ask every donor for money, right? To be able to provide the enhancements and the urgency that we need. So in building up that endowment into our greatest need, we're able to provide the necessary enhancements when we need them in a vital and time-sensitive time. So.
It's great to see that this money is going to go to support great initiatives here locally in the community.
Absolutely.
I know I've heard Lloydminster be called last minute Lloydminster. So if people are just, kind of finding about this now, or thinking, this would be great to support this weekend, are tickets still available?
There are still a few tickets available. They're not very many, but there are still a few. So people can go to www.lrhf.ca /events/gala/ or just go to lrhf.ca, call our office, and we can probably squeeze a few more in, but there's definitely not a lot. The room's definitely going to be full, but the more the merrier. So we'll always try and accommodate a few as long as we're under fire code anyways. So
Awesome. That's super exciting. I want to thank you again, Stephanie, for taking some time to talk with me. It was great to catch up.
thanks so much, Jace. Take care.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
I'm happy to be joined today on Primetime Local News by Mike Nash from the Prairie States. Mike, thank you for speaking with me today.
No, it's my pleasure.
Well, Mike, you are going to be performing, you and the band, at the Centerfield Festival in St. Paul, which we're so excited for. So if people aren't familiar with the Prairie States, I mean, they should be if they live out here, but if not, tell me a little bit about the band.
Yeah, we started in 2017, and it's just been kind of a crazy ride ever since. A small little grant from the Edmonton Arts Council has gone a long way in kind of building this foundation for us to build this. It feels like a rocket ship in the last little bit. So it's from Edmonton. We play hard, we play loud. And we can't wait to be at Centerfield this year. It's been 2 years in the making. We were supposed to be there in 2020, so our bags have been packed for a while. We've been ready to come.
Well, and having to go through this pandemic as a musician, it was really, really tough. So what's it like to be knowing that you're going to be, performing for crowds again, and you get that connection? I know a lot of artists did things online during the pandemic, but it's not quite the same. So how exciting is it, especially for a festival? You've got all these people just wanting to hear music. That must be just an amazing feeling.
Yeah, there's nothing. I think over this pandemic, we've really realized that nothing will replace that face-to-face interaction. It's something as simple as getting together with family for a dinner, or something as grand as being at a stadium with a bunch of people, singing along with your favorite band. So we're fired up. We cannot wait, and I think it's one thing for artists who have been kind of able to keep, you get to play online a little bit and interact with your fans through social media. It's not the same, but it's at least something. But there's a whole world of festival crews, touring technicians, people who are on the grounds who have been quiet for a while, and they're not the ones who are able to kind of keep their income rolling by doing shows online. So we're really, I can't wait for those crews to get back with them and get back to work and get back to doing what we do best. So yeah, we're never going to take this for granted again. That's for sure.
Brett Kissel is the headliner for this event, and obviously it's Brett's hometown, so the crowd is going to be rocking and just excited to be there. Have you performed with Brett before, or do you know Brett, or is this a first-time thing for you?
Actually, I have not. We have not performed with Brett before. I actually did a little tech work. I helped out with their crew for a small bit of their tour one time, which was awesome. That whole team is. They're just so nice and so welcoming, and it's such a family. But yeah, it's so cool to see this festival in its 5th year. And we're playing with Jess Moskaluk, who is a legend, So it's going to be one heck of a weekend for anybody who's got their passes. And if you don't get your passes, you better get them quick, because it's going to be a riot.
So what are the plans for your summer with the band? Do you have lots of dates that are booked so far? Are you guys working on some new music, or what's going to be happening for the Prairie States in the next couple of months?
Yeah, the dates are starting to come in. I think it's been a little slower than we thought, because still, depending on where you are, there might still be some regulations in place, and some festivals have had their lineups booked for a couple of years. So things are a little bit slower for us. But things are now picking up, and the phone is ringing off the hook. So we're excited about that, to get back in front of audiences all over Canada. And then for music, we've got our latest single, Rebel Phase, came out a month ago, and the response has been incredible. And so that's going to be rolling for a bit. We've got a couple other singles to kind of just for the fans that are going to be coming out online here shortly. And then new music in the fall. That's all in the works. We just spent a little bit of time in Nashville doing some writing. We recently signed with Bobby Wills' label, Willing Records. So we've just been hard at work trying to like get that established and kind of get that rolling for the fall. So we're it's busy in our world.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be an exciting summer, and we are really looking forward to seeing you at the Centerfield Festival in St. Paul in June. So thanks so much for chatting with me again, with me today. And if people are looking to check out some of your music, what's the best way to kind of find a place where they can get links to everything they need?
Yeah, I mean, our website's the mothership of it all. So theprairiestates.com, and then we're the Prairie States on Instagram and Facebook. And I mean, the best way is always just going to your favorite streaming platform, because all the music's there and that's what it's all about. So we're on all of them, and we really hope to see everybody in St. Paul. So like I said earlier, if you don't have tickets, you better get them, because it's not as fun when you're on the other side of the fence. So.
Well, and those tickets are going fast. You are correct. So thank you so much again, and we look forward to seeing you here in a few weeks' time.
Thanks so much. We cannot wait.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll have more news in the next hour.